How you doing, sir?
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Coach, as always, appreciate you take some time to join us and actually right on time. So, Coach, if we could please, could you start us out with an opening statement regarding your team's most recent outing versus Southern?
First and
I'm
foremost,
sorry, Texas Southern. Yes, sir.
yeah, TSU is well coached, put up a heck of a fight. Uh, Great character. Usually when we play teams, we deal with all the foolishness and the talking back and forth. This coach did a great job. Very great character team. First sellout. JSU, TSU. I'm sorry. We're happy with that because we're happy with all the SWAC helping one another reach those pinnacles. We're proud of that. Fast start, 21 points in the first quarter, didn't score the second quarter. Not indicative of how we get down. In red zone, we scored 45 times. Held them to 3 out of 16 on third downs. We were penalized. That's not who we are. 13 for 113 yards. Quarterback, running backs, receivers played well. Cam Silman played well as well. Overall, it was a great effort. But it was a tremendous showing of support by TSU as well as Jackson State fans. It really was. Now, the traffic was horrendous getting out of there because of, thank God, Houston won the World Series, and God bless Texas. I'm a Texas resident as well, but God bless it. So I'm happy with how everything transpired.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. First question goes to Dr. Cavill.
This is Kenyatta, Dr. Cavill's inside the HBCU Sports Lab. Coach Prime, how's it going?
Awesome, my man.
Apologize that I didn't get a chance to talk with you after the game in the postseason. I had my son, 8 years old there, and he was ready to get through that crowd. He was excited about being at this matchup, seeing all the fanfare. So as you talked about, both teams playing really well, the capacity, and he's an Astro fan. He thinks he can play a little baseball too.
Well, trust me, we need more African-American kids with a bat in their hand, a baseball bat at that.
I'll make sure he knows that in terms of that. But continue to talk about your play, your running back, Wilkinson, in terms of what he was able to do. Very strong in that matchup and the offensive line being able to get some push.
Well, you got to understand TSU surrendered, I think, over 190 yards a game for the season on an average. And we set our goals to go out there and run the ball, establish the run. They had a defense that they dropped 7 or 8 consistently. They didn't want Shador to shred them apart like a lot of teams are doing now. They're dropping into coverage and they're daring us to run, trying the physicality of our offense. Our offense was extremely physical. We ran the ball tremendously successful. We realized that Mr. Wilkinson was close to 200 yards, so we made sure he got that. He eclipsed that. And that was a collective effort, coaching staff, as well as the linemen and play calling. It was tremendous, and he ran his butt off. This kid is a pro, man. He's physical. He's tough. He can run outside the tackles. He could run inside the tackles. He don't lay the ball around often. He could catch out at the backfield. He could block. He's a pro. He really is a pro. And his character is what I would really hang my hat on. This kid has tremendous character, never complains, never bickers. Remember, I think he was 6th string when he came over to us, and I just kept seeing flashes of, who is this darn kid? I wasn't familiar with him when he was on the 6th string or 7th string, something like that, but he worked his way up, and he's a great kid, and I'm proud of him.
Fascinating to hear the story of how he continues to work. Talking about working in dominance of this team and the mission that it's on. Your next matchup moving forward is against Alabama A&M. It's in Mobile. So you're back on the road in terms of what that looks like.
Yeah.
Talk about continue to move this team forward, and what do you want to see get done in that matchup against the Bulldogs?
Well, I want to be a lot more consistent. We need to lessen the penalties, the self-inflicted wounds. I mean, we had some penalties at some very opportune times, which troubled us a bit, and we can't fall prey to that. We got to be truly dominant. The way we started out the game, we got to continue that throughout the whole game, and it would be crazy the way we could perform. We're still chasing that, having a valiant effort offensively, defensively, as well as special teams. But we have all the intangibles. We have to put it together. And I know it seems crazy that we're sitting where we're sitting. I'm still saying we got to put it together, but that's how we go about our business. That's how we practice. That's how we prepare. That's the expectation. I haven't falsified anything from you to you guys, you and you ladies. You know, from day one, I've been saying we got to dominate. That's the only way we're going to get to the ultimate goal of these guys going into the NFL and us winning it all is to be dominant. And that's what we're chasing right now.
Look forward to the matchup. Thank you for your time, Coach Prime.
I look forward to this matchup as well. I can't wait.
Next question goes to James Hill.
Coach Prime, how you doing, sir?
Excellent, my man.
My man. Talk a little bit about Shedeur Sanders, his development. He continues to carve him up. Each week he goes out and plays high-quality football.
Well, Shedeur's consistency speaks volumes. His leadership ability, as well as me leaving on a Thursday, getting ready to go home, probably 5 o'clock, and I look out there and I'm seeing Shedeur walking on the practice field with his receivers to go over routes, to make sure they got the checks and balances, to make sure they're where they're supposed to be. And it's unbelievable. I mean, when a coach is going home and you see that's a recipe of success. You don't see that much. A lot of people talk about it, but they're not about it. And a lot of people don't have the leadership ability to influence your whole receiving core to go out there with a center, a bag full of balls to go out there and get it done. So that speaks volumes of this kid and the way he prepares for the game. He's a bona fide leader. He's a coach's kid, so he knows the game. But I love how prepared he is for each contest. He's really prepared for each contest. And many people are dropping 7 or 8 into coverage on him to see if they could force us into doing something that they don't think we're balanced enough to do, and that's run the football successfully. And then when we catch you blitzing and going to man, we take advantage of it because we have a receiving core that's unbelievable. We played with that Dallas Daniels last week. And most people forgot. But I didn't forget. I texted him right after the game and make sure he's okay and make sure he know we still love him. And we can't wait till he fully heals because I don't want him coming out to half stepping because he has tremendous film this season. And speaking of Shedeur, also I just saw a statistic. I have a scouting service scout our guys, so I would know. I like to know where we are, so I have another service scout us so they could tell me what the thought is out there. And if we eliminate the drop balls, his completion percentage would be around 80% or 82%. Just think about that.
That's big. That's big.
Yeah, but that shows the accuracy, and he's getting it there. But I mean, drops are coming; they coincide with the game, so that's going to happen.
Coach, you've maintained, and of course, we know you're happy at JSU and focusing on the Tigers' way of football. But every time there's a job that comes up, they throw your name around. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I think that's a blessing, isn't it? I mean, just imagine if every time there was a job at the Wall Street Journal or Sports Illustrated or ESPN and they threw you guys' name around. That's a compliment. That's not nothing derogatory. That's a blessing because I can't remember when they did. Can you ever remember when African-American coach from HBCU name was thrown around in the Power Fives? I don't recall it. So to me, that's progress. So let's take it for what it is and let's enjoy it. And let's really just say, okay, now let's see how we could translate this into bigger things for us. So that's the way I think about it. And I'm excited about it, but it does not deter me. It does not distract me. I am so locked in and focused right now. I don't know what to do. I'm at home. I'm at the crib now because I had to shoot a commercial. I told my team that. And Coach Zimmer's son, I'm being there for him at the funeral tomorrow here in Dallas. So that's why the background is somewhat different.
Coach, in closing, moving forward, next stop, Alabama A&M, life after Mr. Glass. But it's all about JSU. Just talk about going in there and playing football game.
We don't take them lightly. They're a well-coached team. You know that. I mean, this is a team 2 seasons away from being the, it was a reduced season champion. So we got to give them their credit. They did that. They won and they did it fair and square. And we got to go in there and approach them like they're at that level because anybody could be had in the SWAC, and you know that in football period. So we're going to go in there and try to pick up where we left off and try to be dominant, pick up where we left off a year ago, pick up where we left off this past week, and pick up where we left off last week. We're going to go in there and try to beat the brakes off them. That's just who we are. They're going to try to do the same. There's nothing disrespectful about that. That's how we go about our business. I don't dislike any coaches. I don't dislike any players. I'm not built like that. Do I want to beat everyone down? Surely so. But it doesn't make me feel better beating this team or that coach than anyone else. I want to win, and I want to win for our kids and our fan base. We have a tremendous fan base. We have a tremendous group of men inside the locker room and women, and that's why we want to be dominant, so these kids can get to the next level.
Have a blessed week, Coach.
You too, my man.
Last question goes to Ken Rashad.
Coach, at 9-0, you're undefeated, and obviously so far it's been a perfect season, if you will. But if you look at a team like this, would you consider this if you were looking at a team like this, is the team a work in progress? I mean, do you think that there is something that this team needs to? I guess what I'm asking is this a team that is looking for the right for answers in terms of is this a team that you're looking for?
You talking about? You got me lost now, dog. You got to come on with it now. You got what you talking about? Like, are you talking about us?
Forgive me, Coach.
No, you good. Are you talking about us?
Yes.
Or Alabama?
I'm asking you if all for all of the good team, your play is it's a work in progress. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we're definitely not where we want to be. You could say record-wise, a lot of people would love to be where we are, but as far as executing, no, we had 13 penalties, man. I mean, that's not us. We didn't even score in the second quarter. That's not us. Like, we got to clean that kind of stuff up if we want to end up where we want to end up, and that's an O. We plan on being an O. I don't know how many wins and O. Matter of fact, let me throw this out at you guys. I always try to give you something to run with. You getting ready for bowl season. Do your homework. If any of my guys are on here, help me out with this. I forgot how many number of teams there are in bowl games. I know that's a bunch of them. Somebody could give me the number. It's a crazy, exuberant amount of teams that have the opportunity to play in a bowl. Why can't that be us? I'm just saying, why can't that be us? You got teams that are virtually 6-5 going to a bowl game. Ain't nobody going to see them play. Ain't nobody turning the channel to witness the foolishness. But you have us that travels deep, travels heavy. Not only that you have us as a people that when one of our schools gets selected by one of these wonderful Fortune 500 companies that are the title sponsor to a bowl game, we will support collectively. Now, it is not then, if you select us to go into this particular bowl game, it's not us against FAM or us against Bethune or it's us together against everybody. That's how we look at it as a people. So I'm just sitting up here trying to find out to one of these wonderful sponsors, wouldn't we be a better option than a 6-5 team in any bowl game? Because we travel deep. The numbers that we project whenever we're on television. So why would you not come to us desiring to have us in a bowl game? Now, this is after the Celebration Bowl. Let's get that straight. That's a goal. The celebration. This is after that. This is a pre-New Year's Day bowl game that we would love to have an opportunity to play in. Along with FAMU and some of the other wonderful teams that are doing some wonderful things. Why? Is there a rule? Or that's just a choice? Because all these companies that are endorsing the title sponsor of these bowl games, if you do the dynamics on what we bring to the table, what we project television-wise, what the capacity that we could attract. I think we checked the box in all levels. So why can't that be us? So now what we need to do, I need you guys to help me with all the pre-New Year's Eve day bowl games, and let's just look at all of them. And just go down the line. And then I'm going to start calling them. You know, like I don't think Pepsi has a bowl game, but just say, for instance, one of my sponsors, a Pepsi has a bowl game wherever. Wouldn't you want it to be us? Because of what we bring to the table, especially if it's pre-New Year's Day. And then there's also a purse that comes with that game that we would love to have that can help us as a program tremendously. But not only that, give our kids some exposure and expose them to other things in life where they get to go somewhere for 3 or 4 days in another city and just have a wonderful time, as well as prepare to dominate that game. I'm just throwing that out there, ladies and gentlemen. And I need your legs and your pins and your fingers to get to it. You know how we are when we work together. When we work together, boy, we can do anything. Just a question that we're going to throw out there.
Coach Sanders, as always, we appreciate your time. Look forward to speaking to you again next week.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.